In Starfield, committing crimes isn't just fun, it's practically a necessity. In all likelihood, your inventory is littered with yellow and red markers. And if you're not careful, a routine scan of your ship can lead to some pretty bad outcomes. Stolen goods alone won't usually trigger the contraband scanners, but if you get caught with contraband, they'll confiscate everything, including your stolen goods, and charge you a fine on top of that. The alternative is either fighting them to the death, which is not really worth it, or jail time and a loss of XP. But there are a few ways to decrease your chance of getting caught to begin with. It's important to note that not every planet has patrolled areas, so some places you can freely take your contraband with you. Or, if you have the Dream Home trait, you can always drop your drugs off at your house before visiting one of the more guarded planets. But if you're a nomad who's regularly living outside the law, then you'll definitely want to take the Deception skill. This makes your ship less susceptible to contraband scanners, and decreases your risk of being caught by 10% at rank 1 and up to 50% at rank 4. You can also upgrade your ship to bypass scanners, but for this to work, you'll have to store your contraband in your cargo hold, not your inventory. Cargo holds like the 100 cm ballast shielded cargo hold give you 160 mass of shielded cargo space. You can also buy a scan jammer, which increases your chance of evading cargo ship scans by a set percentage. It's tough to find a spaceport that will actually sell this stuff, but we did find one guy who will, in the Porima system east of Alpha Centauri. If you come across any others, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And remember, the more contraband you have, the higher chance you'll have of getting caught, even with the shielded cargo hold, so beware of trying to take too much into a heavily guarded area.
Hostile ship in orbit. Deadly force is authorized.
The thrill of doing a crime is a reward in and of itself, but the real prize for smuggling contraband is the credits you'll get from selling it. Not many places deal in smuggled goods, but the Trade Authority is thankfully one of them. Almost every settlement with a spaceport will have a yellow Trade Authority kiosk, and they usually have more money on hand than most vendors. Full Trade Authority storefronts are a little rarer, but these are a couple we know of. If you found others, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, happy smuggling.